Week 1 of our standing pose series, we will focus on lengthening and stretching the back of the body using forward folds. So a few things are happening here that you might not be aware of. Maybe you are. So when you bring attention to lengthening the muscles in the back, then you have to bring your attention to the back body. And most of it happens in the lower section of your body, means it's further away from your mind. I don't know about you, but when I feel stressed, it feels somewhat around here. Anxiety, worry happens usually somewhat in the front and higher up towards my head, which I experience as excessive stress. Not fun. Yeah. When you're performing these forward folds, then you feel a lot of sensation in your back body. So you literally can shift your attention from the stress that is mostly just created by your mind or the way your mind responds, to the sensations of your legs and the back of your legs. And that will help you to reduce stress, simply because your attention is not feeding into the stressful thoughts. So that's something fantastic. 2 blocks if needed, especially if you have tighter hips, meaning touching the floor with straight legs is not easy, and a blanket also if that's the case. It will be standing postures, but let's start sitting down for a brief moment. It's good to settle for a brief moment. Let your hands come onto your knees. Your legs are crossed. Then bring a little bit of effort in making your spine a little longer. Just extend through the crown of your head. Close your eyes. Bring the attention to the sensation of your breath. You could choose the movement of your rib cage. Let's make it a little bit more refined. When you inhale, notice how your rib cage lifts up and expands. And when you exhale, notice that the low belly, muscles below your rib cage, start to draw in towards your spine. And then make this a little stronger. So it's something natural that already happens, and you just amplify it. Then just open up your eyes softly. And it's time to come on up to standing. You can take the blocks right away at the front edge of your mat if you like. There. So they're there for you. And then let's come on up to standing right away. Good. So come into a position where your feet are a little wider than your hip width apart, and bring your hands to your hips. Okay, so one thing I would like you to do is to lift your toes up, spread them apart. So you can really see lifting and spreading. We won't keep them up that way the entire time, just to start with. Good. So there is some awareness to the foundation of your feet, and then pay attention that your feet can either be too heavy on the inner edge or too heavy on the outer edge. Put some effort into bringing the feet into a position where the inner and outer edges of your feet are equal, pressing down into the floor while the toes are lifted. That's a lot. All right, now inhale, reach your arms up over your head, and then exhale, just bend your knees and bow partially forwards. Inhale, come back up to standing and lower the arms down to the side. Toes up, feet are pressing equally into the floor. Bend your knees, bow partially forward. Come on back up, Arms back down to the side. I'll show it now from the side. You don't have to move. Toes staying lifted. Reach your arms up over your head. As you exhale, bend your knees, bow partially forwards. You can place your hands on 2 blocks or the floor and step back with your right leg. If you use blocks, move them in closer. Keep your back heel lifted and the toes of your front foot keep them spread. Then step forward. Toes are active. Reach your arms up over your head. Come on all the way back up to standing and lower the arms down. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, bow forward, bend your knees, hands onto the blocks. Step your left leg back, keep your heel lifted. Front foot is active. Stay here. Step forward again. Bring your arms forward and up. And lower the arms down to the side. All right. Remember, the tension is to get the attention away from here to there. One more detail. You lift your toes up. Feet are pressing equally into the floor. And then try to take your big toes back down. From here to there. So there is a connection. All right. We'll keep it at that for today. Same thing again, but this time your feet will be hip width apart. So not as wide, a little less as you stand in this hip width apart position. Lift your toes up at first and then let the big toes come back down. It'll keep you busy. Reach your arms up over your head. Bend your knees, hands down to the blocks. Maybe they're in a lower position. Step your right leg back. All right, I'm actively pushing my toe down. Maybe you don't need blocks. Yeah. Reach your foot back. If you're using blocks, it's good to have them closer by. They will be more supportive if they are closer. From here, step forward. Place your foot down, lift your toes, big toes down. Inhale, reach the arms to the side and up over your head. As you exhale, lower the arms down to the side. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head. With an exhalation, lower the hands down to the blocks or the floor. Step back with your left leg, bigger stance. Hands on the floor or blocks. So the toes are lifted, but I'm pushing my right big toe down. Look forward. Step forward again. Look up halfway. Exhale, bow in. Bring your arms to the side and up over your head. Reach all the way up. And exhale, hands together in front of your chest. All right, now slightly different. Move your feet further apart from each other. You can, if you're using blocks, put them more on the inside of your feet and a little closer to your feet. Yeah, so it makes the more the hands are in line with your feet, the more challenging it becomes. So let's start out a little further out. All right, here we go. Lift your toes up. Big toes down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Bend your knees a lot. Place your hands down to the floor. So knees are bent a lot. Press the hands into your blocks or floor. Step back with your right leg. Long, long, long step. Front leg is bent deeply. Look forward. Keep your core strong. Take your right leg forward again and keep your legs bent. Stay low. Stay here. Step your left leg back. Yeah. Can you keep the hands again on the floor? I'll put the blocks up in a higher position. That's all possible. Good. Big toes down. Reach your heart forward. Step forward. Stay low. Arms out in front. Stay low. Straighten your legs. Arms down to the side. So you know what I mean by accessible, but not easy? More to come. This is just a warm-up. We move a little slower in a moment just to get the blood flowing. All right. Lift your toes up. Exhale, big toes down. Inhale, arms go up towards the sky. Bend your knees a lot. Let the hands come down to the floor or block. Sit low. Good. From here, step your right leg back. We'll just repeat. Hands can be on the floor. Keep your legs strong. Left big toe down. Look forward. Try to stay low. Step forward again, keeping your knees bent. And take your left leg back. Almost like a frog. Look forward. Right big toe is down. Yeah, that was right. Step forward again. And then from here, slowly start to straighten your legs. Come up high in your fingertips. Big toes down. Look forward and exhale, bow more forward. Again, for some of you, this may look like this. Yeah, so being on blocks. Then bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees a little bit, and inhale, come on all the way back up to standing. And exhale, arms down to the side. Very nice. Or not so nice. For a brief moment, just come back to sitting. I want to show an action. I'm going to show this here. A little bit of an angle so it makes more sense. So the job of the calves and the hamstrings is to pull the knee closer towards the buttocks. So when we want to stretch these muscles here in the back, we want to give them a little bit of protective tone. It means you got to push the heel into the ground. This will engage the calf, and then have the intention to drag the heel towards your sitting bones, and that will firm your hamstrings. Yeah, so there's protective tone in the back body before we start pulling on stuff. This is step one. Once you push the heel into the ground and the calves are firm, the hamstrings are firm, you can feel it. Then engage the muscles right above your kneecap to fully straighten the leg. But it's not hyperextended now because the muscles on the front and the back are firm. So now let's see if we can do this in a position called the low lunge. Again, you can use blocks right now, so you don't have to worry too much about the stretch quite yet. More about the actions. So use your blocks in a high position. Keep your front leg slightly bent. There you go. Spread your toes. Push the heel into the ground and draw the heel towards your hips so you can feel firmness on the back of your legs. Then firm your quads and straighten the leg all the way. Just hold this for a moment here and see if you can feel that the muscles in the back of your right leg and the front of your right leg are firm. If that's the case, you can walk the blocks further out in front of you. Usually I use my tone in my quads first. So there's usually a bigger reminder. Use the inhale to press the heel into the ground. The exhale to remind yourself to engage the quads and see if you can move the blocks a little further back. Walk the blocks back in, make your stance shorter. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, just do a little back bend, nothing too fancy here. Inhale, arms go up. Pull your elbows down, lift your chest. Let's do that one more time. And release. Hands onto your blocks. So left leg comes forward. Heel is down. All right. Push the heel into the ground to drag the heel isometrically towards your sitting bone. Isometrically means that you tone the muscles without moving a body part. And then muscles above your kneecap, strengthen them to Straighten the leg. It's the job of the quads. So they like doing that. All right, so this is a good one. You could stay here if you like. Or walk your blocks out in front of you. Inhale, heel into the ground. Exhale, muscles above your kneecap firm. Walk your way back out. Make your stance shorter. Once you're stable, reach your arms up. And exhale, elbows down. Just lift your chest and curl back just a tiny bit. Inhale, arms up. Curl back a little bit, just as a counter move between all these forward folds. Hands onto the blocks. Step forward. Hands to your hips. Come on up to standing. All right, so now let's come into a wide stance. If you're using blocks, you can put them along the long edge of your mat. So here the feet are parallel to the short edge of your mat. So they're not turning in nor out. And like we did in the beginning, you can lift your toes up, get the big toes back down, and make sure that the same amount of weight is on the inner and outer edges of your feet. Very important. All right, so little bend into your knees. You can stay that way. I just want to show you from the side. With your bend in your knees, legs are strong. So this is tricky now. It's like you want to draw your heels towards your sitting bones to create the same tone in the back of your legs again. This may be weird in the beginning. You'll get the hang of it. And in this position, while the back of your muscles are toned, start to tilt your pelvis forward while the legs are still bent. Makes it a little easier. And then you can place your hands onto the blocks or floor. And then you'll engage the quads and very slowly straighten your legs. Make sure there is no tension or excessive tension on your low back. Yeah? All right, let's do that together. I know, we may have to repeat it one more time, huh? Here we go. Lift your toes up, big toes down. Strong legs. Draw the heels backwards. So bend your knees, heels towards sitting bones, and start to tilt your pelvis. Heels to sitting bones, heels to sitting bones. Hands down, wherever you need them to be. And then lift the muscles above your kneecap and straighten your legs. Every time you exhale, firm your low belly muscles a little bit more. And then notice if you should bow more forward to feel the complete stretch. You might still be here, and it's a great posture because it aligns with your body's needs. Usually if you go too deep in the posture, you simply will lose interest. It's just not so much fun anymore. So again, don't leave the room. Back off an inch and see if the fun arrives again. Then walk your way over towards your right leg. You can stay here with your hands right in front of your right foot, or hold on to the outer edge, someone along the knee or ankle. When you inhale, draw the heels towards your hips. When you exhale, firm the muscles above your knee and then bow in a little deeper. Walk your hands back out. Turn your right foot out. Bend your front knee towards a 90-degree angle. Walk your hands away from you. It looks like you're doing a downward facing dog. All right, heels to butt. Keep your legs firm as your chest moves a little closer towards the floor. Walk your way back. Come on back towards the center. Bend your knees a little bit. Make sure there's enough weight on your heels. Sometimes we lean too far forward. Hands to your hips. Knees are bent. Tilt the pelvis first. Come on up to standing, heel, toe, your feet closer together. There's your little break. Little break. That was it. All right, so wide stand again. And again, your stand might be a little shorter. Yeah, so it depends on the length of your adductors here. Here we go. All right, my friends. Lift your toes up. Big toes down. Bend your knees. Draw the heels to your butt. So you feel firmness in your calves and your hamstrings. Then you tilt the pelvis, like your bony structure of your hips forward. Once that's complete, then hands down. Blocks are fine. With firm quads, straighten the legs and engage your core. As it takes a lot of your attention to do all these detailed works. And then bow forward, detailed actions. There's no time to think about your shopping list if you really try to align in this optimal way. And really pay attention where your maximum edge is present today. And it's dynamic. It means when you hold the postures longer, it will shift again. Straighten your arms. Get your hands underneath your shoulders. Keeping your legs strong, walk your way over towards your left leg. Firm muscles, hold on to the outer edge if needed. That it feels like you want to move your heart to your kneecap. Then walk the hands in front of your left foot and turn your left foot out. Toes up, big toes down. Back of the leg strong, front of the leg strong. Now walk your way out. Then go through your checklist. Are you feeling equal weight on the inner edges of your and outer edges of your feet? Are your muscles of your legs firm to protect your joints before you start stretching them? Do you still have interest in the posture? Slowly walk your way back out. Turn both feet in, parallel to the long edge of your mat. Shorten your stand a little bit. Soft bend into your knees. Hands to your hips. Tilt your pelvis into an upright position. And heel, toe, feet closer together. Didn't know there would be so many forward folds, huh? Just standing postures. Ay, ay, ay. All right. More forward folds. Put the blocks at the front edge of your mat again. Maybe in a high position. So. All right, bring your hands to your hips. Good position here. Good. Just want to bend the other way for a brief moment. So before we go, tiny bend into your knees, lift your toes up. Press the big toes into the ground, keeping your legs in the back of your legs firm. Straighten them until your quads are firm. Now lift your chest up and just push the flesh of your buttocks downwards. Lift your chest, push the flesh down, and then just take it into a tiny back bend. Just to lengthen the front of the body since we're doing so much flexion. I want to go into extension just a little bit. Release. All right, my friends. Time to settle. Grab a block, put it on the side, lay on your back. Put the block underneath your sacrum. In a lower position, should be fine. Feet up about hip width apart, knees hip width apart, and then get your shoulders a little bit underneath. So again, we just want to lengthen the front of your hips a little bit after all this forward folding, so you feel even by the end of the class. That's the whole purpose of this. So lightly you can push the heel once again into the floor and bring some effort into straightening your right leg. And then it's like you want to make your right leg longer. Keep extending. Bend the leg. Left leg straight. Straighter. So push the heel into the ground. Firm the quads. And then get busy trying to make your left leg longer. And release. Remove the block, put it to the side. Hold on to your elbows above your head. And then let's move the knees from side to side. Place the heels of your hands into the creases of your hips and push your top of your thighs away from you with a little bit over-exaggerated curve in your low back. It's like the sticking butt out action. And then keep that, make your low back a little rounder. You don't have to push strongly into the ground. We just want to allow a little bit of movement in the low back. Then bring your feet together, knees together, arms to the side, palms face up, and pull your knees towards your chest, and then move your knees to the sides. Place your hand onto the outside of your thigh. And first bring some effort into rotating your chest or everything above your belly button towards your left. Let's do this on the other side. Your knees come on back to the center and just bring them over towards your left. The left foot is on the ground. Place your left hand onto your right thigh. And then you breathe into your chest first and exhale, rotate your chest towards your right first. When there is firmness in your legs, you can push your left hand a little bit into your right outer thigh. Nothing too intense though. Make your way back towards the center. Pull your knees towards your chest with your knees towards your armpits. From here, release. Straighten out your legs. With your eyes closed, just try to observe your body all at once. There will be just like a cloud or a field of sensations without any boundaries. So if you like, you can just get curious about it. Just see if it's true. Where does the body begin? Where does it end? Can you feel a direct separation between the mat and your body? But don't go through this here with an analyzing mind, more with some curiosity. Just observe what is. If you like to rest a little longer, please do so. Otherwise, increase the length of your inhale. And do that one more time. Now begin to move your fingers, hands, wrists. Do the same with your feet and toes. Bend your knees and roll to the side. Take a little moment here. And slowly make your way up to a seated posture. With your eyes closed, just check in. How do you feel? Let your hands come together in front of your chest. As always, thank you so much for taking time for your own well-being. Namaste.